beating our chest. When it's peace, it's the same old game, the same old players, same old names. Right. My skin is my sin. My skin is my sin. My skin is my sin. God bless the flag, we all beating our chest. When it's peace, it's the same old game, the same old players, same old names. Right. My skin is my sin. My skin is my sin. My skin is my sin. God bless the flag, we all beating our chest. When it's peace, it's the same old game, the same old players, same old names. Right.
Yeah, the pros and cons of mass. I don't see any cons. Mass exodus, if you look at it with the reality that all of us will now go. We left Africa hundreds of years ago, and because of the brutality of slavery, we were forced to leave Africa mentally. See, we got to first mentally get back to being Africans again, then spiritually get back to being Africans again, and then we can physically become Africans without any problem.
If it's just the answer, tell me where we about to travel to. We got a passport to be from off your avenue. Most of us ain't left from the city we born in. Imagine moving to another continent where everything is foreign to. Might be your native tongue, but you don't know what you know. In this world with no tradition, they show them to. Watch history get repeated, and we don't maneuver. Gotta make a choice for the babies later rather sooner. Researching what the neighbors are rumors. Say we more American than African might be. The truest you when my passion deep rooted. Trying to find my origins, just seeking out solutions. Revenge, retribution, you hear shooting sounds like the first of Happy New Year's. I'm saluting all my troopers in the streets by revolution. Boots on.
We got the white people in our spirits, we got them in our soul.
Woo!
We got to cleanse ourselves of the white man.
I shit.
And we can live anywhere in the world and it'll be Africa.
Ever since the third grade, when I first heard we were slaves, I became a repatriate candidate. So many days I played like I was Shaka Zulu, finna take it to ya. But had to keep it undercover in fear. Here my brothers call me African booty scratcher. Followed by the laughter, my self-esteem conformed to my neighborhood norms. But a soldier was born. I held on to the vision faithfully on a mission for 20 plus years. Look where it's taking me now. Look. Hip-hop landed in Joburg. Soon as I touched the tarmac, eerie silence, no words to describe it, I smile. All of a sudden became violent, mind racing through the fabrications learned as a child. After a while I settled down and then began to explode. On the trip none of my family ever took before. What was I looking for? Ancient wealth for mental health. My purpose was stealth, later on to reveal itself in time.
About people who've been felonized so they can't get jobs in the country. The amount of our people who've gotten felonies so they can't vote, so they can't participate as citizens in the country. The amount of people shot down in the street by the police every day. The amount of people shot down by their own people because of unconsciousness, ignorance, and underdeveloped. All of those are reasons why we should be getting
I see they looking at me weird cause I'm talking about leaving here. Gotta keep an escape plan when they hit the fan disappear. Trump dropping bombs and he beefing with North Korea. Building walls, warheads, nuclear, let's be clear. Worldwide detonation, rip holes in the atmosphere. Ain't no fallout shelters to help us around here. Just dilapidated buildings that's been vacant for years. All these corner memorial blocks flooded with family tears. Listen, I'm seeking change though. Not no pot of gold at the end of no rainbow. Talking growing my own so I can self-sustain though. Revenue streaming, yeah, I get it from every angle. Pass the business to my daughter, teacher, maintain growth. Swear to Jesus, rap genius, gotta break down quotes. Black folks, that's who my sound for, my style dope. My bars be powerful, that now flow. Ancient commit all the way back down to the Congos.
100 million people are not gonna do that. How do you make those linkages so Africa is extended into the diaspora and the diaspora is extended into Africa and it is what we call one Africa all over the world?
Couple years later, I'm back. Aquaba, Ghana, Lower Volta to be exact. Lot of study of what they took from it. Germans and Chinamen comfortably pillaged, turning villagers ugly. Workers in search of money in return for the resources they send to the country. Refined and ready for use. Supply the world with 82%, that's more than a boost. Told you on the hate produce. Keep your truce, I want these powers dead, shot in the head, bleeding profusely. Leave our diamonds and gold alone. Coacy cobalt while you on the phone. Swear they just making a deal. Leopold Nat for the killers, how the racket was sealed. Church on every corner, groping the cry. It broke my heart, but I'm here now. My mere presence is a star. Ancestors made it clear now. I'm dancing my part to bring the brightest lights back into the dark. Ain't no parking, baby.
Ghana is one of the most open because Nkrumah brought us in early. W. Du Bois went there. Dr. Robert Lee, Maya Angelou, Malcolm X all went into Ghana to try to assist in the development of that nation. So that's one that's very open. Tanzania speaks English, very open. South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria. But we should go anywhere, even the countries that speak French. And many of them, you're talking about Mali, you're talking about Senegal, you're talking about Cote d'Ivoire. We should try to get to any African nation.
Tried to shut me up, but now I'm coming out this damn cage. Take away our culture, then you wonder why we in a rage. Shoot us down in broad day, then put us on the front page. Black lives matter, why you treat us like we still slaves. Power to my people, time to get our life in order. Screaming fuck Trump, and shout out to the border. Your wife immigrant too, so custom should deport her. Back up on my square, so you know it's time to ride. Mama always told me you can run, but ain't no hiding. You with me or you ain't, cause ain't no time for the side. Tired of all the faking and flossing, time for a change. I don't deal with many, I learned to stay in my lane. Magic with my words, I'm the rap David Blaine. I need my reparations or else I'm going insane. Ain't explaining shit cause y'all can never feel our pain. Brick and Tay-X bringing knowledge to the game. Nursery story rappers, the shit they spitting is lame. I promise that I'm one of the rappers they can't tame. I do this for my family, I care less about the fame. When Book of Brick drops, the streets will never be the same.
They say that black lives matter to who? They still be telling lies. Riots in the city, labeled thugs when it's televised. This is what you get when the situation's pressurized. Diamonds are created, the pipes bust. I might just lose my cool on this path, trying to be righteous. These verses ain't a problem, my block is full of writers. Set fire to the track, watch me ignite this. This is black power, my goal is to unite us. Rise up, my back against the wall, I'm a fighter. For my family's survival, I give my life up. Lay it on the line, what would you decide? Black rebels, revolutionary suicide. Load me up, it's time to ride. This is where those gun bars come in. Twin rifles, fully automatic, stick the drum in. Them shots ringing, push the panic button. I control the substance, the government can't regulate production. Self-manufactured, I made me a few adjustments. Knowledge over trap, I put it over percussions. Leave this lava on the track. My volcano erupted, more hot fire than 5 die lines. Got bars by the abundance. Expand my circumference, include only the real ones. Is it Exodus or revolution? How you feel, cuz? I present this double disc on the same way Pac and Big was. Got that Wu-Tang Forever style, this is what the kids love, yeah.
It is not. Oh, man, I'm trying to get to the, before I lose people, because I know you can't hear anything, and I do apologize for that. Oh, did that fix it right there? I don't know. We shall see in a second. And you really should be able to hear. That is the trippy part right there. But anyway, what was this, a 240 number? Oh, I did not realize that you can actually hear me through my Oh, we good. All right, let's roll then. All right, we're 100 right now. So, and basically, I got like my iPad going, I got Facebook going, I got Twitter going, I got the whole nine. So if you just tuning into the show, you can share it on Periscope, you can share it on Facebook, you can share it on Twitter, you can share it on YouTube. We should be on there too. And shout out to 3868, whoever that is that's in the queue. Salute to you and your family, and I hope life is good for you. And what I really wanted to do once we got it popping and once I was able to kind of correct some things was, and you know what, I might just wait a second for that because I did want to play some songs. Well, actually, not really some songs. I got a little intro I put together. You know, I be trying over here. You know, it don't always work, but when it does work, it's a beautiful thing. So shout out to, dope. Shout out to Back Alley TV, and I got so much going on over here, so if you make a comment or something and it takes me a minute to get to it, my apologies. What y'all angry at, though, you know, and really, from my standpoint, and you know what, let's back up just a little bit, since I'm about to get into it, let's really get into it. And hopefully my iPad is a little slow, but it's kind of dope that I can run the board from my iPad. I just realized that a couple of weeks ago. So if you got a Blog Talk and you got an iPad and you did not know that, you found out something new. All right, let's get into this intro right quick and then jump off into a little bit of the show.
Why are you so angry? Why are you so angry? Why are you so angry?
Have a nice life. So anyway, brothers and sisters, what I was about to say, and I ain't going to spend a lot of time on that bitch. I wait for him to pull up. Tariq Nasheed is a con artist, living in a white suburb. Living in a white suburb. Living in a white suburb talking about white supremacy. Paying white men. Paying white men. Paying privileged white males. Okay? Tickle somebody else. See you. There we go. Alright, just a second, brothers and sisters. Just a second. If your son is listening, take him off the video. That's how you deal with that. Why is your son watching this if you don't feel it's appropriate? And I don't think it is appropriate for him to be watching this. Take him off. Okay? Take him off. But anyhow, you can't live in a white neighborhood, okay, and pay white people to make black conscious DVDs. Are you aware that your bitch ass extra lip gloss, what black man puts that much shiny shit on their lips?
Black power! Black power! Black power!
Your organization's
you are
terrible.
attacking our news organization.
Your organization's
Can you give us a
terrible.
chance
Let's
to
go.
ask a question, sir?
Go ahead.
Sir,
quiet. Quiet.
Mr. President-elect.
Go ahead. She's asking a question. Don't be rude.
Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
Can you state categorically that nobody... No, Mr. President-elect, that's not appropriate.
Why are you so angry? Why are you so angry?
Black power! Black power! Black power!
Well, it looks like we may be on the edge of a race war because of a hoodie. Yes, another hoodie sparking massive controversy. H&M stores terrorized by angry mobs after this coolest monkey in the jungle hoodie triggers them into absolute rage. Emily Zanotti for the Daily Wire reports that the fast fashion retailer H&M was forced to close stores in South Africa. Closed them over the weekend after a group of anti-racism demonstrators protested through the outlets, toppling mannequins and overturning clothing racks. Yes, leaving a wave of destruction in their wake. Look at these pictures.
What are you showing? What are you showing? What are you showing?
Black power! Black power! Black power!
Now, there's a reason I did it that way. Because it seems that we seem to go back and forth between the two. You know, like if it's supposed to be about us and for us, then we got to do it. You know, all this wasting time on motherfuckers. One minute, you know, he ain't for us. The next minute, he is. Why are you wasting your time and your energy? We only get so much time and energy on this planet. And for us to waste it on some nonsense is really kind of ridiculous to me. You know, but talk to me. I could be wrong. I'm not right all the time. I'm right a lot. And shout out to Afi who couldn't make it tonight. Get better, and we'll chop it up next week. We are here every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. Shout out to Vaughn who shared the post. Shout out to Back Alley who's in the chat room, actually on the live stream. And if you out here, share the post for me. And if you are on the blog talk, and shout out to whoever that is, 1456, who just called up. And wow, since I got the blog talk, I can do a little something as far as some music going. And everything seems to be up and running. So shout out to Restream. And shout out to Thought Crimes, man. Shout out to Prince and Sincere. Dope show. If you have not heard them, you need to check them out. And they everywhere. If you haven't, something wrong with you. Shout out to Black Spot, BLAQ spot.com. That is a social media site for us and by us. I'm trying to think, because I always like to show a little love to my peoples, and I love to see when people doing something, you know. So, and if you have any issues on the stream, just let me know. You can inbox me on Facebook. You can @ me on Twitter. Make a comment on the YouTube. Ain't nobody in the YouTube, so I really didn't pull those comments over, but I can if necessary. If some people actually start to tune in and want to make some comments, then you can hit me up on YouTube as well. And I'm just, you know, still trying to give people a little time to pull up. Y'all already know the topic. I think y'all seen the flyer a million times. And shout out to Afi for making that. But what you mad about? Nah. You know, On My Skin Is My Sin Radio. We're going to get into this toast to the gods, and then we're going to get into the conversation.
Said I'd like to give a toast to you. Toast to the gods. Cheer. Said all they teach kids is bullshit, cause they can journey with me. Listen, we were once kings. I do it for the ones who created it all. The black one, send a shout out to the queens. Fuck the line, reverend preachers from the pulpit. Somebody gon' hate this, but this is free speech. Tell me what I look like, praying to a white Jesus. When there's a God that resides in me, metamorph, transform, teleport. I'm the present, show up in the cloud of smoke. Turn it up, let it be. Take an intermission for a moment, let it soak in. Give the people what they need. Fuck kneeling on my knees. T-folk, bro, G, got my crown on lean. The flag flying red, black, and green. Ready for the war, in it for the long haul. You fatigue, should've built your canteen. Let's drink to the God. Giving glory to yourself, recognize how great you are. Let's toast to the God. All the melanated beings on earth, we about to take off. Give a toast to the God. Light beams radiate from our soul, we illuminate the dark. Let's toast to the God. We say cheers to the black kings and queens, cause we do this for y'all. Do this for y'all. I'm the real life Bruce Almighty. Anybody don't like it, Jim Carrey already. I wear all black when I feel godly. Dream vision to fruition from out of my psyche. King T scribbled on my ID. And a volatile soul back power of the 9 more crocodile. Toast to the gods, water in my gold chalice with the cucumbers in it, runneth over on the palace floor. Sidestep bullshit like a matador. Good time sipping wine with the Pantheon. Got Anubis with the head like a Labrador. Popping bottles with a team for the champion. So loose, prospect. yourself, recognize how great you are. Let's toast to the God. All the melanated beings on earth, we about to take off. Give a toast to the God. Light beams radiate from our soul, we illuminate the dark. Give a toast to the God. We say cheers to the black kings and queens, cause we do this for y'all. 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 Let's toast to the God.
All right, fam, we back live. And if you don't know, now you know, we on Twitter, we on Facebook, and we on YouTube live. And again, got to shout out Thought Crimes for kind of, walking me through some things with that. And it's pretty cool. I see we got a couple of people actually tuned in. 9271-1456-3868, and the other numbers, if you would like to get on air, all you got to do is press 1. And today's topic is, what are you mad about now? It's like it's almost, are we looking for something to be angry at? Is that the case? It's like we complain about things being a distraction, but become part of that distraction. If I'm wrong, let me know. But what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing is a whole lot of hypocrisy. And not to say that I'm not guilty of being a hypocrite myself. I am completely. It's one thing to be able to admit that, because that's the first process in trying to work on fixing that and resolving that. It's another thing to act like you holier than thou, and you got a lot of skeletons in your closet as well. But it's all, like, and we typically don't get off into the, the beat. And not to say that I'm not guilty of being a hypocrite and all of that. I am typically not, something we really. It's one thing to be able to admit that, because that's the first process in trying to work on fixing that and resolving that. It's another thing to act like you holier than thou, and you got a lot of skeletons in your closet as well. In a nanosecond, but it's all it's on a week-to-week basis. And we typically don't get off into the and not to say that I'm not guilty of being a hypocrite and all of that. I am typically not. And if I'm wrong, it's one thing to be able to admit that, because that's the first process in trying to work on fixing that and resolving that. It's another thing to act like you holier than thou. And you got a lot of skeletons in your closet as well in a nanosecond. But it's all, it's on a week-to-week basis. And we typically don't get off into the, and not to say that I'm not guilty of being a hypocrite and all of that. I am typically not. And if I'm wrong, it's one thing to be able to admit that, because that he does more things positively than negatively. Or is that selling us short? And what's up, Markel? What's going on with you, fam? How's everybody doing down there? But if that's the case, let me know. Oh, and hold on one second. Let me get the 3868 right quick.
Yeah.
What's good, fam?
I mean, I've been knowing for a while, man. I got a lot to say. You doing everything else in the world. I mean, I'm mad at that right now. You told me, and man, you got great dialogue, man. Come on, man. I mean, I'm ready to get in on this.
Well, what's up, bro? And hold on, let me get Roman on the conversation too, right quick. Positively than negatively. What's good, fam? Or is that selling us short?
Yo, peace, family. What's good, man?
What's going on, man?
Oh, man, where do I start, bro?
Oh, goodness.
It is one of them days, man. But yeah,
what's up, Markel? What's going on with you?
Oh, Back Alley, Hobo. Back Alley TV.
Okay, all right, peace, family.
Straight from Baltimore. 300 gang.
Already. Say no more. We got help. We're going to the link.
Definite.
That's a fact.
And
So
yeah.
what's up, fam? How y'all doing, man? What's wrong with your day, man?
Man, first of all, I'm at I'm at work right now. That's
man, where do I start, bro?
And
oh, goodness.
This is one of them days. I'm working for a white man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm already.
What's up, Mark?
You know what I mean?
What's going on?
Back Alley, Hobo. Back Alley TV.
I can't. I'm gonna be listening. I can't be on. Okay. All right, peace, family. One thing I'm mad about now in 2018 is that
300 gang.
already we still talk about Say no more. Say no more. We going to the link. You know what I'm saying? And it's no action being taken. It's 2018. It's the same song.
Man. What's wrong with your day, man?
You know what I'm saying? It's the same politics. All this goofy shit that we see on an everyday basis. I'm at work right now. Man, with our stuff, bro. And you know what I'm saying? I'm working for a white man. I know. You know what I mean? Like,
What's up, man?
Okay, all right, peace, man. I mean, one thing I'm mad about now in 2018 is that, but I haven't really seen. I'm meeting people, but I'm not seeing the solutions. I see the people who want to step out as figureheads. I see the people who want the fame, you know what I mean, and run with the money. It's something got to be done. You know what I mean? Something got to be done. And it's getting old because if not, then we're going to talk about what was. You know what I mean? And we're going to be going through the same. Absolutely.
And I agree with everything you're saying, King. And you're right. Only thing you said, there's not a solution, and there's always a solution to a problem. But nobody wants to give up what they love.
Fact.
You understand? Our people love too hard. We love too much, and we're dealing with a system that doesn't love anybody. You understand? They bamboozled us, but that was both sides. In order for it to work, everybody had to be dumbfounded. Okay, keep them fighting, killing each other while we steady get rich. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. Like, collectively, our money and our community, what I see, goes to Michael Jordan. And everybody knows that it goes on my page. Already know I'm on his behind because all the money that I've spent in him since I was 14 years old. And this going back to 1984.
Let me ask you that, though. Is that a practical use of time? Because Michael Jordan is never going to see that, and if he did, he wouldn't care. He made that clear.
Right, and that's what it is. But we, the people, steady invest in them. That's where we at. Why we can't invest in? Why you can't come up with a pair of sneakers and all that money go to you, where you go put back into our community? We love our oppressor.
But at what point do we say, you know what? Instead, the energy I'm using to tell people about Michael Jordan, which we all know about him, I could use that in promoting brothers that already got shoe companies now, like Nagast or Nagash.
Okay. And that's what I need to get with, because I need people like you, because I know you out there. You need to bring it to me, let me know what it is, so I can start pushing it out there. I want to start supporting the ones that's going to bring back. Like I said, I done spent tons of money into this guy. I'm probably his biggest supporter. If anybody know me and see me every day, if they know me and they know somebody that did more than me supporting this guy, please let me know so I can go kick them in the ass. Because they got to be the dumbest motherfucker. Because right now, I'm feeling like I'm the dumbest motherfucker on the face of this planet. You know, and that's ever since I was 14 now. Now, granted, I grew up in Baltimore. My parents ain't had that type money to buy sneakers and shit. So for me to get whatever I wanted to get, like I wanted to get it, I had to get my behind up and get a job, and that's what I did. So when I got my own freedom and having my own money, I was investing in Jordan. And then as I get older, getting kids, they all had Jordans. I just got hit, woke up probably 3 years ago, and I had to sit them down and told them where I failed them at. And I asked them, please do not fall into those same footsteps. Do something different. You understand? And they all got it. They all got it. But, you know, my youngest, my baby girl, she's just a lot of paying here and there. And no, baby, you got to get rid of this. Get rid of it. You cannot do it like that. We got to get rid of these people, baby. You know what I mean? And we all have to do it. Just like with the Oprah Winfrey's. And I jump on these. I always say those two names because I know they were the ones with the two biggest money and come from the ghettos like we come from. So that's my whole argument with it. So now, where's your tithe going? Because we out here suffering. Now, in that whole time I was buying these Nikes, I don't know Nike. I was cheering on Michael Jordan.
And see, that's another thing that kind of irritates me a little bit, like with Oprah. Like, I don't care. First off, if whoever is running against Trump at this point, man, it could be a goddamn turtle, I'm voting for them.
Right.
But secondly, it's like I hear a lot of people, like, on the one hand, they like, well, you know what, we got to do things for the motherland. You know, we got to get more in touch with our roots. Okay, well, she started a school over there. Then in the same breath, they slam her for doing that.
Because nothing came here. We in dire needs of that here. She should have had a program to run across all the states to teach us our history. You understand? And they had the money to do it. I was in a barbershop real quick. I was in a barbershop the other day, and we had this conversation. And a guy coming in, he don't want to hear nothing because it's not certain things set up in our communities that we need our oppressors for. And one of the things came up with the dialysis center, which you heard from somebody else. And you know, different centers, different things that we're going to need. And I told him, I said, look, I lived in New York for a while. I lived in Brooklyn, I lived in Manhattan. They have Jewish people have a hospital, and they got their name on it, Brooklyn Jewish. You know what you're coming at. You understand? We don't have that here, but we have people in positions that's able to get us these places what we need, but we still give them passes. Oh, they don't have to do nothing. That's their money. Yes, that's right. But look at every other ethnic group. The people with money, they invest in their people so they don't have to be in bondage. Them people still, I go to the welfare center, and when you go in the welfare center and look, the majority of the people that's in there is white Jewish women.
I mean, I feel you on that, but I could see if she did a school in Africa for some white kids. You know, at the end of the day, at first, and I'm not going to lie, man, initially, like, I was tight about that too, but then I had to think about it, like, you know, am I pro-black folks in America or am I pro-black folks? Because if I'm pro-black folks, then I can't get mad that you did something to some black folks just further away than I am.
No, and I'm with that. I'm always with that. But let's take care of us first. Because the one thing I've noticed, Africans don't claim us. They don't claim us. Don't want nothing to do with us. We stick.
I mean, but they have been brainwashed just like we have. Actually, it was easier because they can't physically. Most of them can't physically get here and check it out. Like we can get brainwashed about down south, but we could drive down south and check it out and be like, okay, it's not like what they're saying on TV.
Right. Exactly. But at the same token, they don't claim us.
That's true.
If you was claiming, then it's, for that continent, you got about, 50 some odd countries in there?
But somebody got to start that, though. Like, somebody's got to be the connection between them and us.
2018, and nobody's connected or trying to connect, Oprah was the connection. Now, her trying to get into that office, if that's her plan, I'm going to tell you what that's going to lead to. Trump getting another 4 years off the top.
You think?
Because I believe there's more sexist people in this world than it is racist. That's why Hillary did not get in there. Either way, we'd have been in the same situation. It just wouldn't have been out in the open where we could fight it. And this is why I kind of really wanted Donald to win if we had just those two. Because I was going with Bernie. But if we left to those two, give me Donald Trump because he's an idiot. And he's going to do exactly what the hell is going on right now. So the complaints that the black people was having, every complaint we had, you're seeing why and you're seeing how. Our people right now at this point need to just back up, direct our money. That's the solution. Direct that money where it needs to go, and the hell with him. We don't need him. He tell us all day long, I have a campaign called Nigga Go Home.
Pretty much.
Know your history. Nigga, go home. Spend your money home. Nigga, we don't want you here. Go home.
And I've seen that a million times. Like, oh, I hope Trump gets elected. It's going to help black folks. And thus far, it don't seem to have done shit. Because all we doing is sitting around arguing.
He's not going to help us where we're going to get up out of this hellhole. But he's
no. Like helping
kind
of like bring us together.
Right, because we all gonna be in this hellhole. This, in his words, this shithole. We're all gonna be there. It ain't just gonna be our community. Everybody's gonna be there now.
Man,
so
well,
I got to stuff for everybody coming there. Everybody.
We ain't doing nothing but falling back into the same shit we've been falling back into forever. Sitting around,
right.
You know, your religion is better. I mean, worse than mine. I know more than you.
Problem.
You
Number
know,
one problem
my hood
in our
is better than yours. You know, the whole, you know, it's just the divisions may have added more syllables, but it's still the same shit, man. And it's like it's a catch-22 for black celebrities too. You know, it's like if you get too much money, then you in the Illuminati. You had to kiss somebody's ass to get where you at. It's like you couldn't have just got there because you bust your ass. And I'm not saying you. I'm just saying people in general, our people in general. You know, it's always got to be some type of conspiracy for success. And that shit is it what it does is it just reinforces a negative stereotype that we shouldn't be successful, we don't deserve it type of shit. And that's ridiculous.
I get that, but what that nerves have come in, but the Illuminati comes in when you're at that point and you're doing nothing for your people. That's when all that come in, because you guys like, yo, ain't no way in the hell you're not going to take care of your people.
Yeah, but you don't know what like I used to say the same shit about Jay-Z. Then all these stories started leaking out about what they was doing behind the scenes that I had no clue of.
Right. And he did that for a purpose, and I get it. But we know the old saying goes, whatever you do in the dark will eventually hit the light. So it was going to hit the light, you know, because I had little problems and issues with him. I loved him. I love his music. And he started leaving a bad taste in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? And when they did, I was like, okay, you know. And I had a few guys down here that I had to check. You know, I had damn near call the gangsters like 300. Yo, we might need to check these people, man, because you know the type of talk that was going on. Oh man, we should have kidnapped him and robbed him. And who? Jay-Z and Beyonce? The two that came in that took him a bill that nobody would have touched? No. But yet, the guy that was talking to me, he's sitting up there with a pair of Jordans on, mad at me because I got a Cool Life shirt on with the Jordan logo on it. But he want to go fuck with the people that's helping us out. I said, yo, you hustling backwards.
That's crazy.
You understand? So, you know, we need to check those people. And I got people in my camp that's still buying Jordans. So look at them. No, come on, man. How can you talk this economic, social, and you still with this shit like you don't know that story?
All right, well, let me ask you this, though. With respect to Jordans, like, okay, say you don't buy Jordans, but you buying some other Nike, or you buying some other Adidas, or you buying some they all get made in the same damn factory. What difference do it make?
Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to explain to people. I had one online because, like I said, I still like the style of the sneakers. So I went online and I was checking something out, and I seen a pair, the number 13s, brown patent leather, brown was chocolate. I said, oh shit, and it didn't have the logo on it. So I'm going to get a pair of these, and it was a couple pairs that I ordered. They was $30 freaking. And I'm waiting for them to come in. And when they came in, they had that nigga logo on it. I said, ain't this a bitch? But as I looked at it, I seen it wasn't his logo. It's a replica of his logo. So it wasn't him. So if we like the shoe, because like I said, I still like the style of the go ahead online and get it for $30. I went online and I was checking something out, and I seen a pair. Number 13, brown patent leather, brown chocolate. That's my whole point. Shit. And we talking about a shoe that's costing him. But he gets a couple million pairs, so he probably paying. It was a couple pairs that I ordered. It was $30 freaking. And some to us for $250. And I'm waiting for him to come in. On, man, what type of math is that? They robbing us from day one, and we can't get none of that back. But as I looked at it, I seen it wasn't his logo. It was a replica of his logo. And wherever they get that money, wherever money come from out of that, So what's the costing price? And all that money go right back because, like I said, I still have to pull out my card. Go ahead online and get it for $30. So I paid $30. It is the shoot, and I'm still paying $100 for it. That's your money. And it's him getting it. And we talking about shit that would cost him nothing because he took his money out. So he probably paid. There's a couple pairs I ordered. Come on.
And you know what?
I want to go around saying I'm hating on the man. I'm not hating on the man. I'm waiting for him to come on. Tell Bob that LeBron is better. Kobe is better. No, the man is the greatest basketball player I've seen him watch a basketball. I'm the number 2 in the NBA anyway. And wherever they so let me sit down.
That's debatable too, right there.
So what's the costing price? But you like my argument because, like I said, I still like cars. I don't hate get it for $30. So I paid $30. It is the shoot, and I'm still paying $100 for it. That's your money.
Yeah.
And it's him getting it.
I feel you on that. You said there's a large statement considering other countries in Africa banning American blacks to come over with you.
And you know I want to go around saying
they don't want
that. I'm not hating on the man.
And that's true.
Kobe is better.
We can't deny
it. And wherever we don't take those trips. So let me see how people do it. Because like I said, I don't hate better for $30. It's always the power that beats the shoot because we can go over to Africa and get the people that your money. We can't go to Africa.
I feel you on that. That's a large statement considering other countries in Africa. Oh, and my bad. Apparently I got a little, and I know what it is. Yeah, somehow I got like 4 people.
Kobe is better.
Brought that to my attention because I have no clue how that's going on.
Oh, your last thing, when I was listening to it, it's like an echo. Like it's probably the first, first couple. It's probably 30 seconds behind.
Yeah,
but it's the same
you know what it was though. I had the YouTube open at the same time, and I didn't realize I hadn't muted that. So hopefully that resolved that real quick.
Okay.
But good looking, fam.
That myself.
And it usually takes a second to catch up. And wow, it's like a gazillion voices now.
Didn't we have this conversation not too long ago, though?
We may have. And right now,
with the LeBron James character. With the whole nigga go home.
Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to check it out on my phone to make sure we good. Oh, yeah. I think we fixed it. We good now. I just basically had to delete a couple of things I had open. So yeah, keep me posted if y'all hearing voices or whatever. That's not typical, that's in my head, but that's another story. And I'm not sure. Come on, Ron, bro. Like, what, really, bro? Somebody invented vegan condom. What?
Huh?
A vegan condom.
Hey, if they're going to get paid off, go with it. Just go for it.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
And actually, I really don't think America is going to see 2020. I really don't believe America is going to see 2020.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm hoping you are wrong.
I mean, I think we are. But we know what history shows us. Those empires fall. And it's time for America to fall. And I thought we wouldn't see it. Like I said, history proves it to be every 90 to 100 years, something big happens. And this would be the race war, as I calculated, should have been in 2060. But the way it's looking now, we may get that at the end of the year.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. You're going to have to keep the gloom and doom away, bro.
But look at everybody coming out. Look at the student over at, what was that, Alabama? The white girl from Jersey just got kicked out of school. All live, live on the internet. Nigga. Fuck you niggas. They coming out. And they coming out at record numbers. You understand? The devil does not have a book. He has to leave his writings on the walls and on your currency so you can see it. Everybody's going to see it on the wall and their currency, their money. That's where his writings are at. God's words is in his book. So now we coming up on this great big thing that's going to come up, which most likely is going to be that civil war, that race war.
I'm not disputing that if I think that that's gonna happen that quickly, no, because if it does, we screwed, like royally.
Right. I'm with you, but enough is enough. Enough is enough. Look at the uprising in Baltimore. That was them young cats. They orchestrated that. You know, when they came down the hill with the CVS, the police, they ran into the adults. Oh, they fighting for an issue. Now, if they going to take on this type of responsibility as fighting, we got to go in with them now. And we got to figure it out later. And now we're figuring it out now. But that fight, them kids started. Because enough was enough. When you killed that boy, them boys got off, the people walked around, and when they was going downtown Baltimore, they was screaming out, people at the baseball stadium, whiteys, fuck you niggas, kill all of them, run them over. Okay, yeah? Did you feel that way? Well, parties just switched it over there. We're going to fuck all y'all up now. This shit starts today. Because you're not going to keep killing us. This shit starts today. Now, if these motherfuckers want, and this is the conversation we had about that the LeBron thing, but the nigga go home. We need to separate our shit. Stop worrying about trying to get all the fucking money and have a decent amount of money to take.
Right, but we got it. And I'm, matter of fact, let me get to this call before I build on that one. Let me get to 7404 right quick. What's good, fam?
What's up? Peace. Jay Dizzle.
What's going on, bro? Jay Dizzle in the building from Black Eye Stand Radio. If y'all don't know, you should.
Okay.
What's going on, fam? How you doing, man? How's life?
Yeah, man, it's all right. Yeah, you know, I'm just building. About to get in traffic, but I'm gonna stay on though on the speakerphone.
Very, very dope. Y'all got to excuse my dogs, but they protecting the house. Somebody out there. Somebody walking their dog. So what you mad at, man? What's going on, man? I know you got something on your mind.
You still there?
Jay?
Oh shit! Hello?
Yeah.
You hear me? My bad.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, I'm mad at this feminist movement. I'm mad at clowns who ain't doing no kind of work, who want to disrespect elders when they're dead. Because they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? It happens every MLK day. I'm mad at the homosexual agenda. I mean, there's a lot of different things, man. We could build on all of them. But also, what I wanted to do, I wanted to build on what the brother was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to clarify something because, you know, I don't disrespect people's religions or anything like that. I'm not into that. But it almost was implied that when he said the devil only writes on the walls, it was almost implied that you're calling our ancestors devils because we wrote a lot of things on walls all over the continent and all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Where we left our records and art and things like that. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure he didn't mean that, but it could have been taken like that.
Yeah,
I meant it. No, I meant it. But
I'm sorry. What'd you say, bro?
I was saying, yeah, I meant it. I meant every word I said. Just leave it on the walls.
Okay. So the devil writes on the walls, and God writes in books that are later translated by men, and then translated 100 more times by men.
That's a whole nother part that we can get into. That's a whole nother part that we can get into. And I know where you're going, and I'm with you there. But just
get into it. We're making a broad when you're painting African culture as devil, then we have to, because we have to really, first of all, we have to define what devil is and what God is.
Okay, it wasn't about the African. Okay, it wasn't about the African culture. I would never disrespect that. So I was saying how a young lady at University of Alabama came out, like they coming out and they speaking freely now. You know, like the concert in Las Vegas, and one of the day white woman said it should have been a Nicki Minaj concert. They coming out. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm glad it was a country concert though.
No, they coming out, and they got to bring it out. It's coming to that time. That's what makes me believe we're going to see that race war. It's coming to that time.
I agree with you. I'll agree with you because, and you know, saying, but I want to put it in a little bit better context because, like, right now the thing is, like the racism ain't getting worse. They're not killing us more. It's really not. It's just that we're able to see it. You feel me? Because back in the day, what happened on that plantation stayed on that plantation. And back in the day, even after that, if it wasn't caught on video, only that community knew about it. You know what I'm saying? So there wasn't iPhones and cell phones and all that all around where we could see this stuff. So, and I believe, and they were more vicious back then. It's just that we're seeing it. So because of the level of viciousness that they have, the level of inhumanity that they have, that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, we couldn't calculate, we couldn't fathom the evilness of Satan, right? So for us, melanated people, we can't understand the concept of we're gonna build chemical weapons or we're gonna poison food on purpose just to make money. We can't fathom that kind of shit. That we don't even think like that. This is how they operate. So now we're seeing it, and it's undeniable because some of us did know this. Some of us were conscious and we understood this. We could read between the lines. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the people could not. A lot of people just did not understand. Like we're cooped. You know how it is when you go to your family reunions or you're at a bar and you try to speak on some real shit, but most people there don't know nothing what you're talking about. They don't even see it. You talk about some Lil Wayne, you talk about Empire, you have a conversation going for 3 hours. But you start saying, 9/11, you start talking. 9/11 was defeated by Israel, blah, blah, blah. They're like, what? Why would the government be? You know what I'm saying? They won't even, but now it's coming out. So it's like, as far as a race war, we are in a race war. It's not an all-out war. As far as, like, you know, we ain't drawn lines and we ain't out there busting, but it's pretty much a race war. Blood is being shed at numbers that are at levels that are, by definition, would be defined as a war. So I hope you're right, and America doesn't last 2 years. When you, I mean, as a government, as a governmental operational structure. However, the bad news about that is, like Jobs was indicating, we haven't done the work that we need to do to be able to take over, to be able to, you know, take care of our people.
If y'all timing is correct, we screwed. Period. Ain't you know if ands about it.
Right.
Because we ain't picked up the pieces that we supposed to.
Oh, and y'all know I got to get the show a little recognition. You are tuned in to My Skin Is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. From goons to gods, we welcome everyone. We only have one rule, and that's be respectful. And today we chopping up. What you mad at? And man, the queue is kind of lighting up too, man. We got another caller. If y'all want to let somebody in on the bill.
Oh yeah, we got a bill.
All right, hold on. Let me get the 4233 right quick. What's good, fam?
What's good, King Joseph Boyd?
Oh, snap.
What I do? Sorry, how are you?
Okay.
What's going on?
Maybe we need to hang up. I don't know.
You said who is it?
No, I didn't. I'm not sure. What'd you say, bro?
I said maybe we need to hang up. I thought another conversation was great start. I don't know. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Did that sound sexy? I'm sorry. I've been in the house too long. It's cold in Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jersey in the house.
Cold in
That's what's
Ohio
up.
too.
Okay, but
So what's going on though?
I needed a break from radio, so this is my first time being on air in a few months, and I just had to chime in on what you're saying because it's ironic that you chose this topic, in my opinion, because of all that's going on. I believe it's what we don't see that's making us angry. And what we don't see and what the media is not allowing us to see are the numbers. We are David, and we are up against Goliath. And yes, we do have a slingshot, and he is a big giant. But it is not a war because we do not have to lift a finger. A war is two people fighting against each other. We are trying to live our lives, trying our best to survive, and they are dying at record numbers.
Next.
The media is not showing you that. They're kind of giving you a hint by calling a state of emergency with the things that are going on, like the opioid addiction crisis and the suicide crisis and the serial killings and the mass shootings in the schools. They're kind of giving you a hint without giving you facts. They've stopped saying, oh, black-on-black killings. They had to stop that because we are the least likely. I'm sorry. We are the least less likely race to kill ourselves. We are the least less race to kill each other. And when we do kill, it is generally to protect a female in our family. They don't tell you this. So they have us running our own campaigns. Remember the war on drugs when it started?
Yep.
Its whole purpose was to put our black men in jail because they made jails for profit.
Yep.
Right? But they didn't tell us that part. So what they have us running around with wearing DARE T-shirts. You better not do drugs in my neighborhood. I'm going to call shots. We ran our own campaign against our own brothers and sisters. We didn't know any better. This time, what we need to do is back up, take a step back, just like Trump said on Oprah, 25 years ago, 30 years ago. He switched to Republican because they are the ones most likely to follow him. They call their own people poor white trash. This is not a race war. Because let me tell you, if you have something to contribute with all that melanin that you have in that beautiful skin, and you can make sure that this country is going to exceed, and get ahead, they will welcome you. But the people who are doing these drugs and doing these things that they don't like, they are exterminating them.
I won't say welcome you. They will use you.
That's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. I should have used that word. They will allow you to help them get ahead. You're right. You.
And that's the reason I believe that they don't spend money. They don't bring those ties back into our neighborhoods. Because once they do that, they're going to be considered as a nigger lover, and they're going to come after their money. I was shocked. And I know they probably had a couple things with Bill Cosby before now. Everything started coming out. But I was shocked it took them this long for them to fuck with Bill Cosby. Because I know what Bill Cosby did. You understand? Because I'm familiar with the Philly area, and I'm familiar with Brooklyn, New York, and I know people that he's done things for personally. You understand? So I know he's in there like that. So it's for all of this to come out on him now, I thought it should have been took place. Not that it should have took place, but we know how they work.
Right. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
I do. I see what you're saying. The reason I can speak on this so a matter of factly is because I happen to know of some of my friends who were plucked out of inner city schools and sent to private schools. There's a school in Hershey, PA, where you can go and live. If you scored a certain score on standardized tests, they plucked your black tail out of public schools and sent you to these schools because you weren't going to be nourished at home. Your IQ was so high, we need you. We're grooming you now. They sent you to this school called Hunt, and then you took your black tail to Howard. And as soon as you got out, they recruited you back to Washington, D.C. The difference is these people are affected. They are affected. They're brainwashed. They're made to believe that if I keep my head down and do the right thing, they know what goes on.
I'll be good.
Yeah, But they know, by then they've had a couple kids, gotten married, and if I speak or talk too much, I can mess up. That's why, if you notice, what's Dark Vader's name? James Earl Jones. You notice he didn't start talking until now because he had a family to raise. He needed that money. He could not risk, just like a slave. You know, he could not risk doing too much talking.
I mean, but you know, the problem with that is because we have consistently done a poor job of taking care of the ones to speak up.
And True.
You know, and are participatory in tearing them down because there was a lot of niggas that went in on Cosby.
Yeah, I mean, we hate ourselves first, which is sad, but it's all designed. It's all designed, but we got to come up.
Can I get a little word in?
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, first of all, I want to say that sister is brilliant. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Number one.
Indeed.
Her energy is dope. And although I don't agree with everything you said, I don't want to focus on that part because there's so much that I do agree with that we could build on, that we can leave what we don't agree with to the side. But I will. But first of all, I want to say this on one of the last points that was made when we speak about like these cats that are against us and that they take these oaths or whatever, however you want to frame it. I'm not going to give them any passes because they have that choice. You know what I'm saying? They have they don't have to. So like when we talk about these athletes, or not these athletes, but these entertainers, and we say that they sold their soul to Illuminati or they you know what I'm saying, perform homosexual acts to advance their careers. Well, they didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They might have got a career boost by doing it, but it's already been showed. You can't navigate in Hollywood. You can't navigate in the music industry without doing that. You might not make it as fast. You might not make as much money, but you'll still be all right. You know what I'm saying? I think Dave Chappelle showed us that because he turned down the $50 million, like, nah, because I'm not going to, whatever reason he turned it down, he was like, nah, it's compromising my integrity. I don't want it. But he still had such a demand because of his talents. And he still was working on the underground doing little shows and still making decent money. So to the point to where Hollywood was like, fuck it. Or Netflix was like, man, excuse my language though, but it was like, yo, we don't want to lose out on this money. He still has a lot of pull. He still has a lot of people who back him. Right. We might as well give him this bag and take advantage of it, and we could up our brand with it. So, you know what I'm saying? Our people don't have to sell out. But and also like Jobs was talking about, yo, we don't support, you know what I'm saying, our people. You know what I'm saying? We really don't. So we don't give that incentive. So it's almost like we can't even blame them when they sell out because they're getting a reward system when they sell out to them. You feel me? And as far as Bill Cosby is concerned, I'm going to make this point and then I'm going to let y'all build. But when it comes to like the Bill Cosbys and all these people that are being called out, brother, you're right. I don't know your name, but you're right. If Cosby was shady, they've been knew it. All these cats, they've been knew it. They hold these kind of things over their head because remember, we don't support when these things are happening. You know what I'm saying? They're right there when these little boys are getting molested, we don't get that incentive. Whatever kind of things are going on, they know about it. They're there. They don't out you until you go against the grain. Same with these politicians. Once these politicians go against the grain, don't forget, we was there when you was messing with those little girls. We was there. We seen you. And then it's like, okay, okay, they hold that over your head, and now they're going to out you, but you can't really out them back because now you have to actually admit that you were doing this shit.
that
So
you
this
was
is the
wrong.
kind of
Hold these
game
kind of things
that
over their
typically
head because remember, we
small
don't
ass
support,
support,
you know what I'm saying?
they're right
Mhm.
there
or whatever.
these
You
little
know what I'm
boys
saying? We
getting
really don't,
elected
we
or
don't
getting
get that in
influenced
Senate.
with a lot of
Whatever
this
kind of
stuff.
things are going
And these
on,
are the kind of
they
games
know
that
about
they
it.
play
They're,
there.
excuse me, they don't. If I go out of service, I'll call back because I'm in a spot right now.
He already knew, huh?
All right, but let me catch up on what the brother was saying because I was in the music business. Okay, I had an artist from that I took from Baltimore up to New York. 90. I moved to New York in 90, and he came up in 91, 92, and we signed to Uptown Records. The Jodeci, Heavy D, and all of that. That whole flow. And like he was saying, and I had, at this point, I'm 22 years old. And the young man that I brought up, he was a minor. He was a teenager. He was at the time, he was 13 years old.
Right.
But if anybody's familiar with Baltimore and understand what Baltimore was, he was under a single-parent household. And when I went and talked to his mother, she was so willingly to go ahead and let him come up to New York with me just to get him from out of that environment. He want to do that? Yeah, we'll take him with you. Here I am, 22, no responsibility, never had a child in my life. I had a 13-year-old kid I had to take care of. But I had a deal for him already. You know what I'm saying? We got the deal over the phone. And I'm saying all that to say that I had a 13-year-old kid in the music business. They threw everything in the world at us. You understand? To take. Oh, we're going to get you a house here. We're going to get y'all cars. Look, we don't want all that. We don't want all that. We want to record the album because at the end of the day, when y'all kicking out checks, we want all our money. Yeah, but you got to do this now. You got to live now. You got to do this now. You got to get around now. So then they want to give me a car. The manager, they want to give me a car. That was the company's car. People was driving, probably had about 50,000 miles on that time. They want to give me the car, but eventually want to charge the budget for the whole car. Not the what you call it? The blue book value. You understand? So I'm saying that to say they will come into our world, like the sister was saying, and pulling these. They know who they want. They know they wanted Michael Jordan. They know they wanted Charles Barkley. You understand? They know they wanted Ray Lewis. So they get these kids at a young age. I have a nephew now that they looking at. You understand? Yeah, so to go out and get it. Go out and get it. That's your dream. That's what you want to do. Don't be stupid. Use your brain. So I'm telling them what's going to happen at the end of the day. Use this at the beginning and use the baby. So everything, the world is your oyster right now. I get it. But once you get in that world, just like what's for me in that music business, how they pay, how they treat you, and what they expect you to do.
I mean, you know what?
No. For me, no.
We got to stop contributing to that too, because like LeBron James, they knew LeBron James was special when LeBron James was like 8 or 9,
right?
And he was treated as such,
right?
You know, we put so much, weight on kids' shoulders, and not only do we put weight on them, we also take responsibility away from them. Now they feel entitled. So we as a community have to do a better job of cultivating that talent. And not only that, but cultivating intellectual talent just as vehemently. If you can dunk and you can shoot some threes, the whole city loves you. But you could be the smartest kid in the country, and your city will ignore you.
Yeah. And that's why I say with Baltimore, anybody, it's just anything, just with our community. We fight for the greatness. You understand? Because that's buried over, like you said, the people that feel entitlement and certain things of that nature. The greatness is buried. Now, we walk the streets with the FOI and the Nation of Islam in Baltimore because they heavy on the streets now. And we go to different hoods. And I'm hearing as these guys speaking to these different gang members and things like that, these people roaming the streets, it's a big cry for help. is the big cry for help. And as I'm listening to most of the stories, and I don't want to put this on a man or the woman thing, but as I'm listening to these stories, I'm seeing that most of these ills comes out of those single parent homes with just the mother. So I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking, what can we do as a community? The mother would have to allow somebody in the neighborhood that this child respects to come in and play that role. Somebody that she's not fucking. Okay? Because once you do that, everything fucks it up.
Hey, that take two to tango too, though. Brothers can't be going in looking for an angle.
No, that's what I'm saying. It could be an uncle. It could be, and I'm going back to when I was seeing problems. I'm seeing when I was trying to correct my nieces and nephews, the mothers was jumping. They ain't got to talk to him like that. Don't do that. Don't do this. Oh, how the hell is he going to become a man if I don't do it? Okay? Now, you probably take care of the women. Let me take care of him because I know he's targeted already. Police is ready to kill him just for looking stupid because he don't know no better. Let me get this part. And that's what our women, and like I said, I'm not blaming them, that's what our women keep fighting us about. Because if you're being raised by a female, you're going to have some female traits to you. And that's
that kind of brings me to something I'm mad about too, though.
Yeah.
You know, I'm mad at the whole, you know, us blaming women and women blaming us shit too. Oh, and shout out to Lotus who says she mad she broke. Understood. I definitely understood that
one. Shout out, baby. Shout out, baby.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sick of the whole, you know, well, our men ain't doing this or our women ain't doing that. Like, come on, you know, like every day.
No, but we just got to do it. We just got to do it.
Right, just give it a rest though. Like you like
until it happens.
You don't want nobody slamming you every day.
Until it happens. It can't rest until it actually happens. You're not going to let no grown man live in your house, sleeping on your couch all day. You come downstairs, going to work, he sleep. You come home, he's still on the couch, he up playing PSP. And ain't got out and did nothing. Ain't put an application in nowhere. You're going to speak on that every day. Well, you're going to put him out and probably get the scrapping because he ain't trying to hit. You know what I mean?
That's a whole different ball game, though. That's not really what I'm getting at. You know, that's a relationship between you and that person. You know, and to add to that, you chose that person. You know,
and that's what I was saying with these young ladies. They need somebody in the neighborhood that these kids going to respect because there's always somebody in that neighborhood these kids going to respect. And we need to bring these men. These kings have to come in and play that part, but the women has to allow it. Is what I'm saying. So when I got to snatch him up, hey, look, Shorty, we ain't playing that game. And I had to snatch up a young lady. I was dealing with her. I had to snatch her son up. I ain't put my hands on him. I jacked him up and cornered him into the wall. So that we ain't having them games. I'm not having you speak to your mother like that. You know what I mean?
What did he
Whether
do?
I'm here or not. Well, he did something. She said something to him, and he wanted to come out. He want to man up on her. Not on my watch. Now, I better not even hear no shit like that. But when I was coming up, you got fucked up for talking back to your mother or anybody's mother. You understand? But she, in turn, jumped on me. And I was just doing my part as a king, as a black man, as a community leader. And this was about 6 years ago. Ask me where Shorty at now. He was doing 10 years.
That's a tough one on her, though. You know, because I can
throughout
see,
community.
But I can see kind of where, you know, because if it goes wrong and he does something to the kid, you know, then everybody gonna blame her for not, you know, watching him closely enough. You know, it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. You know.
Yeah.
And that's different. Y'all was in a relationship. You know, like that's like something y'all need to discuss before that shit happens, if possible.
And you're right. That's why I said. That's why I started off saying they need a man in the neighborhood, somebody that they are not fucking.
I agree with you
that's
on that
why
one.
I said,
Yeah. It's just that the
because
scenario you explained is kind of a whole different, a whole different vibe. Just simply because y'all was actually together. That's a whole different. Y'all gotta, and that's one thing we ain't doing either. And myself included. I need to get better at communicating. Our communication skills. I'm mad at that. The way we, especially social media has made it so easy to go from zero to asshole in like a nanosecond that people take advantage of that without even, batting an eye. And then they were, I'm just trying to teach somebody. What teacher in your history of ever cussed you out and that made you feel like learning something? What teacher put you down and made you feel better about yourself? And I feel you,
shit,
Lisa.
I had a couple teachers do that to me. I actually, you got to understand individual too. And it depends on what type of cursing out you're talking about. Because I had a ton of teachers tell me I wasn't going to mount the shit. I love to hear that. So when I come back to you in your face like this, hey, how you doing? And,
most of us ain't built like that, bro.
That's what I said. That's why I said it's an individual. I was in high school, and I had my counselor was telling me I wasn't going to mount the shit. The counselor now. And 2 years after high school, I done got 2 major deals with a record company. Now, granted, all that shit I learned in school, I didn't need for what I had accomplished. You understand? But I had seen her when I came back to Baltimore, because I had came out for something. And I had sent me a package so to get here by the time I got here. And I went over to pick it up, and she was actually right there in line getting her package. And we talked for a minute, and she was like, well, what you doing now? I do marketing and promotion for Uptown Records. You know what I'm saying? As I'm getting my box. They got Uptown Records all over. And her face looked so fucking shocked. Like really? And I had one of them Heinz Ward smirk on my face. Yeah, bitch. Right. Tell you right now, I'm making about $70,000. That's probably the same much you make. And you been your job about 20 years. And you got to pay all the school loans and shit back, and I'm sitting up here chilling.
My bad. I ain't trying to interrupt, but Nefertari, I think the call dropped. So if you're still out there, give us a call back. And the number is 347-855-8692. You got to press 1 if you want to get on air and call up and tell us what you're mad at. There's a lot of anger out there. Huh?
I said, don't have me taking all the time up, because I'm an angry man, so I'm going to be up here all day. So I want to hear somebody else, maybe they can help me out. You know what I mean? I need some help over here myself. Please.
Hey, you know what, though? Sometimes getting it off your chest does help. I know for me it helps.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially with you and I start there, because I talk about you a lot. And I know you don't know. I talk about you a lot. I do promote your shit a lot. Man, I got to get out there to these people. And I know a few people in Akron and from Akron that we actually going to go over. And I'm like, man, we got to stop, man, holler at my man. They're doing great things right there, man. And we all need to stick together. And we need to, like we used to club hop. We used to call it club hop. We need to ghetto hop. We need to go from ghetto to ghetto. You know what I mean? And see the elderly people, because we make it just help you out with what we're bringing to the table. You understand?
Yo, totally off topic. Did you hear about it's supposed to have been allegedly a meteor landed in Michigan? I don't know. It's about. That. Oh my goodness, my mother and my brother and them, they stay, I don't know, about a half an hour from where it allegedly hit, and they was like, it shook the house.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm mad at that.
We done. I would say get as close as God as possible. Because we done. I really don't see, if I see 2020.
Man, you're going to have to stop with all that,
I won't be angry.
the rap madness, man. I'm not trying to hear that, bro. No. That ain't happening.
Who trying to hear? I don't want to hear it either, but I mean, come on. We can't keep ducking what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, nobody knows that date. We don't know our expiration dates. We don't know it, but we know it's coming. You understand? And they always say, to God be the glory. Maybe this is the glory we need. Maybe we suffered enough.
Yeah, well, man, don't you speak for yourself, bro. I still got a lot of suffering to go.
Okay. My man. Hey, but look, I'm going to tell you this. And while I'm here, I'm going to suffer with you, bro. I ain't going to let you suffer by yourself. I'm going to suffer with you. You know what I mean? Because I can't be having $1 billion, man, to see us suffer, man. Nah. Fuck no. White man going to get rid of me off top. And I believe
well, it ain't going to be no damn meteor. And shout out to Kiki with it. Salute. Man, what time was that? Was that yesterday or the day before?
I want to say I posted it yesterday, but
so it had to be the day before.
That it was like 3 hours in that morning. I want to say about 2 o'clock that morning, between 2 and 2:30ish.
Yeah, because I know who was that? Tag me and Vu. Gerald Lawson. He hit us up like, what's going on? Y'all heard anything? And like, I stay in Cleveland now, so I had to call my brother and like, what's going on? Like, yeah, man, so and apparently it caused a little earthquake, the whole nine. That shit's crazy.
What?
Yeah.
Did any casualties? Anybody get hurt? Anybody die?
Not that I heard of. But you would think that would be like a huge ass story. A goddamn meteorite strikes a major metropolitan area.
Man, government know how to shut us up, man. Government know how to shut us up.
Yeah, that's real crazy right there. You would definitely think that would be a big ass story, and it was not. I was a little pissed about that.
Okay. 3 hours ago from Michigan. Either Beam, Share, 11618, 12 a.m.
Oh,
and they show it coming down.
I'm not sure if Jay, you want to get back on. Just press 1, bro. I see you in the queue. Let me know. I ain't know if you was just there you go right there. Let me let Jay back in right quick.
Angry about.
Yeah, man.
What's
My
good,
bad.
bro?
I got back. Man, it's all good. I just was going through this little. Did you all hear me when I was telling you it might cut out?
Yeah, as soon as you said that, it cut out.
Yeah, because I already know that area always cuts out. I already know it.
Man, I'm angry at everybody upset about these damn dolls.
The what? The dolls?
Who cares? Yeah.
Well, hey, I'll tell you who better care. I'm going to tell you who better care. Your sisters out there, pay attention, man. I mean, I'm going to tell you the truth. Most brothers, we ain't into no shit like that.
Right.
However, you have to understand the trend, and you have to understand how media works. You feel me? Like, they will talk brothers into that shit. Not me. But I'm saying, our people are cheap a lot. So, I mean, y'all better start putting in that work.
That's real talk.
Man, that's not going to affect our community, bro.
It might not, but it will affect it. It might not be rampant, but it's going to affect it because all these little agendas always have some type of byproduct that leaks into our community. I mean, you have to understand we're dealing with a people. So when we be speaking about this homosexual agenda, that's why I'm always careful to say I don't hate you if you're a homosexual, but I understand this agenda, and I understand that it comes with things like pedophilia. It comes with things like blurring the lines of what is rape. It comes with things like, I think that's why some of these sexual allegations are coming out, because they want to destroy. Okay, so if it's fair to say that there are heterosexuals who can't stand homosexuals, I think it should be fair to say that there are homosexuals who can't stand heterosexuals, so they will do things to undermine the relationship of a heterosexual. So these sexual allegations, even though we know this really happens, I don't want to undermine any woman or make any woman feel any kind of way, because I know sexual harassment happens. I know these kind of things happen. But we know some of it is fugazi and some of it is fabricated. So we got to look into that. So understand the psychology of white men. They don't really, I mean, if you look at their history, they don't really dig women like that. You know what I'm saying? Like their top levels of love, according to Greek philosophy, was man with boy and man with man. That was like their top levels of love. So they don't really care about women. So if they could replace a woman and just have a little toy that they could just blah, 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 and then they just go chauvinistic on everything else and not really care about, they'll do that. So that's why I'm saying it's going to be dangerous for all the communities, not just because of the sexual implications of the doll, but because the mentality behind someone who would actually try to replace a woman with a piece of plastic. But at the same time, sisters, I know y'all got them little toys in your drawer, so sometimes we just gotta, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just got to bring it back to that real. That's what I'm saying. So, but sometimes we just got to bring it back to that real before everything gets too artificial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you see the new woman they got.
Right now. Huh?
You see the new toy they got, all right?
I know. Thick as a motherfucker, too, boy. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, man, how much one of them things cost, man?
I'm just
saying.
saying.
I'm thinking, with something like that, there shouldn't be no more raping and all that old crazy shit. You can't go get a toy to play with like this. Come on, man.
Hey, that's a good, yeah, okay. That's cool. Maybe it will. Maybe some of these cats will
hey, they said
doing
things
that.
like 2 stacks, though.
2 stacks?
I heard.
What the hell you gonna hide it? Where you gonna hide that? You can't just stick it in your closet. You can't stick it in your drawer. What the fuck?
Man, you know what? Anybody who has to buy that thing, that's gonna be in bed. That's gonna be right in the bed. I'll be home from work early today, boo. Nah.
Wow.
That's the crazy world we live in, though. Come on, man. Who
Yeah.
would've thought? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They great start moving around. They great be robots.
Man, I'm telling you,
They already
Japan
got those
Yeah.
though too.
I believe, China got a lot of shit that's not, it can't even come over here yet. You understand?
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Ain't no doubt in my mind that they got that shit jumping out over there.
Right.
I mean, like I've never been to Japan, but I know somebody that has, and just kind of like when I watch the little specials on Japan, like they do some weird shit over there, man. Like,
right.
Just extremely unique. And I cannot comment in the groups. I just got suspended again. So if you tuned in, but you made a comment on something, don't blame me. It is what it is. And shout out to Harold Smith.
What you mean you got suspended?
Oh, they do that to me a bit once every other week. I can't post in any groups or anything or comment in any groups.
What you be posting, man? I only been banned a couple times, man. What you be posting, bro? Okay.
Do you see what I post? Like it's not. I'm not posting anything.
I don't ever see anything. I don't be seeing nothing that warrants getting suspended.
Exactly.
If he kicking knowledge to us, they're gonna shut him down. They're not gonna let you teach no nigga.
Man, I seen this thing. You guys know who Corey Holcomb is? The comedian.
Yeah.
All right. So I seen this thing that he did. So I guess he has like somebody who always harasses him. So he hired somebody to look into him, and he swears and I believe it. That there's agents up in these places, up in these social medias who just start arguments just to get you suspended or just to start.
Just for that purpose.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you this. My homeboy told me like a year and a half ago. My homeboy told me, he was like, he works with this white dude, and the white dude was telling him that some white girl told him, so now this is like fourth party, that basically she has a fake profile, that, she acts like she's black, so she gets into these groups and just to start shit. So like this shit is happening, and some of these groups it's filled with fake profile people who just bullshit and just to start shit, just to report you, just to fight going in the black community. Like, they're that obsessed with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, I don't get off into that shit. Like, I just don't give people my energy all that often in a negative manner. I just don't.
Yeah, I got to work on it. I do get
Me too. That's a work in progress.
I mean, that's like one of my biggest pet peeves, though. And I see, you know, people get into it, and it's understandable. I'm like, yeah, I can understand that one. But then I see people like just really spaz out over the simplest thing, and it's like, come on, bro. Like, but then go back to posting, you know, about Marcus Garvey and this person and that person, and it's like, now I don't want to be bothered with you because that's just fake.
No, because I had kind of got into an incident not too long ago about our state's attorney here in Baltimore, and when it was election time, that's when it was. It was election day actually, and you know I'm normally a couple of weeks or on point with stuff like that to let people know to get your behinds out there and vote. But it kind of snuck up on me, and I put a picture of her out there, and I put the Freddie Gray situation. There was another situation with Keith Davis, and that's who I want y'all to look up. Keith Davis of Baltimore, and the shit that she's doing to him. So I'm studying this shit. You understand? So what I did was I put a picture up and I put the two incidents up, and under it I said, "This bitch is not for us." So, you know, a few people was chiming in, and one dude chimed in and said, you know, if you are disagreeing with what she do, no, I do disagree with what she's doing. She's sending us to jail.
Yeah, but you what you're doing in essence is you are shifting the conversation from her to you.
Now how I do that?
When you call her a bitch, people, that's all they see.
See?
They run from they jump over all the shit that she's done, and they only focus at what's in front of them right now, and that's you calling her a bitch.
And see, those are the type of people I need to hear from, because what that tells me is they do not want to hear this story, because me calling her a bitch is the least of our worries of our community. This bitch is sending us to jail. I'm like, you know, sending us, the innocent, to jail. And I
agree with you, bro, but I think Jobs is right, though.
Hold on.
I'm the same way. I agree with you.
I got what you're saying.
But I know Jobs is right.
And the only reason why I come out with the term bitch in reference to her, because I see what she's doing. So now, but I wanted y'all to go check out the two stories that I actually posted, because the other shit that I have on her, I can't post because it's hot right now. This is like going down. She allowed two different incidents of a gunman she let out and had enough evidence to keep him in. She let out in the street. So I started studying. No, bitch, you with them helping kill us. And I see it. But she's light-skinned, she's a little cute, she got a fat ass, and everybody trusting the big button and smile. And I'm looking at it, I'm reading her paperwork. I had paperwork. And like I said, me calling her a bitch was the least of our worries.
Right, but you are looking at it from your standpoint. From the rest of us, we see you calling her a bitch.
Right, but I gave you two stories. I gave you two stories before that. You go check out. Go check those stories out. That's what I'm telling you that. At the end of those stories,
I'm not disputing what you're saying. I'm just telling you from a practical perspective.
Okay.
That's what people, you know, you doing what you're trying to do more harm than good. Because if you're trying to spread this information, but nobody is paying attention to that information, you talking to yourself.
Well, they hadn't been paying attention because they were chiming in on it, and it didn't start. It didn't start. The bitch part didn't start till one dude that most likely found her cute or supports her, and I figured they was gonna come up. We talked about what I was talking about. And then he mentioned that at the end. So that wasn't his biggest topic. You understand? But once he said it, people started coming in off him. Yeah, man, that was fucked up. You called her a bitch. That was fucked. Did you see what the bitch did? Okay, did you see what the young lady did? Because, see, I can't call her a young lady. I definitely ain't going to call her a queen. I'm definitely
I hear you, bro.
If you sending us to jail.
Yo.
And I'm reading this. Now, I have paperwork that I'm reading.
Yo,
I'm not disputing any of that, and I'm not saying that she is a good representation in office at all. I'm just saying, as far as dialoguing with people, when you take the focus off of what you're trying to deliver, it's not helpful.
It's not, and I can validate that. Not that it needs validation, but my experience with that same exact situation is this: I seen a post where there was like 100 sisters on there bragging about killing babies. They're not only bragging about killing babies, but they're bragging about using that as leverage over their man. So this is what makes them, saying, oh, yeah, well, you don't even have to be a father. We could just kill the baby. Or, you know what I'm saying? And they were just all jumping on it. And it was like all based upon killing babies. They called it abortion, but, it is what it is. Out of spite, just to hold leverage or flex power over us. And I was disgusted by that. And I was like, and I made a post like, yeah, you bitches talking about killing babies like it's something to be proud of and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, really, of course, I thought the focus should be on the fact that we got a whole bunch of people, bragging about killing kids and shit. But, of course, once I said bitch, ain't nobody heard anything after the word bitch. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? So I know that when I talk reckless, it's probably going to get some reckless response. So, it's just something that I got to work on personally because Jobs is right. Like, once you do that, especially if people don't really want to deal with the issue or if they just don't comprehend or whatever, or just like drama, some of us just like the battle sometimes or whatever. So they're not going to hear nothing except for the bitch. Now, you're pinpointed for the bitch. Now the conversation is about bitch. It's not about what this particular person is doing. It's about the fact that you said we got to check you on your shit. And from your perspective, you're like, yo, that is petty compared to the fact that lives are being ruined. However, if you're trying to get a dialogue going, there is a protocol to do it. It's kind of like how some of our religious brothers, like, you know what I'm saying, and this is no disrespect, but I mean, if you go out in the streets and all you're doing is yelling at people, you're trying to get your belief over. You're trying to get the moralities of your book over to people. But if you're putting them on the defense, nobody's hearing that. If the first thing you're doing is yelling at them and screaming at them, I'm not trying to hear what you're saying because now I'm on defense mode. Maybe not on a physical defense mode, but I'm mentally like, yo, this dude's attacking me, telling me I ain't shit, I'm going to hell, and crazy shit like that. And it's like, yo, I'm not trying to even hear the good things that he might have to tell me that I might agree with because now you put me in a zone where I'm not going to be receptacle. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I study. Like, I study Fox News. I study media. I study politicians. I study preachers and shit like that because I understand that if they're successful, they always build that rapport. You know what I'm saying? They build that rapport. They put in a service, and then people open up. It's like anything else. If you're trying to date a woman, you got to build that rapport. You got to come at her correct. You're building rapport, and then she'll be more susceptible to, oh, you want to come over and Netflix and chill or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if you come hot out the gate on some other shit, so this is not just like with dealing with a woman, but dealing with people and dealing with, you know, like the stuff that I'll say on Facebook, I might not say if I'm doing a lecture or if I'm whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be able to build that rapport and get them to even want to listen to what you're saying. If your true focus is trying to relay information or relay sentiment, then you know there's just ways there's ways that have been proven to be effective and ways that haven't. I've been in sales for years. There's ways that you approach things and that's going to be effective, and there's ways that's not. So you could be the best damn teacher in the world, but if your approach isn't proper, then you're never going to get a chance to to show those skills and the reach to people.
And I kind of get that. I really do get that. But my thing is, and I always went through in life, I have to give it the same way that I could receive it, to take it. Like you can't.
But that's wrong, bro.
Hold on,
give me
a second. I get it, but I can only do what I know. I get it. Hear what you're saying, and this is why we start these type of dialogue. So let's just real quick. I got to give it to you the same way you got to give it to me, so I can get it. Like you were saying, when the brothers out with the books, and I sit and I listen, and they do come at me, brother, you doing this, and I sit back, I'm listening, I shake my head, yeah, because eventually they're gonna get back off of me and go back to their original, dialogue, and that's what they do. But I sit there because what they're saying is right. I feel it's right, and I'm listening, and I'm getting into it. But like he said, I can't go back and forth because how he came at me. But that's not saying I'm not going to sit up here and listen to what's right. That's me.
But listen though. But check it out.
So
see, one thing about being a teacher is, or somebody who has influence over people, is this: you have to always remember that just because you can receive the information in a certain way, you have to understand the multitudes of people may not be able to. You understand? So you have to meet you have to be able to meet the broadest base at a level that they can accept it. So you may be able to sift through the foul words or the whatever and get the message, but most people just cannot do that. You know what I'm saying? So you have to remember that as you're trying to engage with people. And then a lot of it is just habit. That's really what it is. Like if you're in a habit of, I just serve it raw. That's how I do it. But if it's not as effective as you think it should be, you have to get in the habit of trying to tone it down. That's why even me, I know I'm on shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I'll be on shenanigans. I know I'll be on petty shit sometimes when I got too much time on my hands. That's when you know I got time on my hands, when I'm on Facebook or social media just going in on stupid shit that really don't even matter just because I want to be right. And I do that. And I admit that I do that. And I'm trying to change that. And I have been. However, it's a habit. So, I recognize it as a flaw. I recognize it as what it is, and I work on it, but I know it's not going to be overnight because it's a habit at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
I got caught slipping a little bit.
Hey, are you from Baltimore, man? Are you from Baltimore?
You already know.
I already know just by the way. Hey, you know how I know you from Baltimore? Yeah, the dude.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna tell both of y'all like this. I'm gonna try better. And I'm gonna try hard. I'm gonna try. That's all I can do.
That's all we can do, man. That's all it is to do.
I'm gonna give y'all
we're still gonna come up short. And we still gonna come up short. It is what it is.
Well, I'm gonna try.
Nobody expects perfection. You know what
I'm gonna try to take that word out of my vocabulary.
Just do what you can do.
Okay.
Just do what you can do.
Hey, let me get to another caller right quick, Kings. Hold on one second. We got 310. Excuse me, 3103 in the queue. What's good, fam?
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to say, as far as something to be angry about, I'm tired of this game politically we see happen all the time, where whenever there's a Republican president, the media all of a sudden gets into attack mode, and every little thing the person does is hyperanalyzed and broken down. And basically the media tries to convince us that any Republican president is racist, they're evil, they're the second coming of Hitler. Therefore, we now have to run and embrace liberal economic policies, which are flawed and are illogical. And I'm tired of it. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, you got a little echo. I don't know, maybe on the Bluetooth sometimes that does that. But were you alive during Obama's presidency?
Yeah, and that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. In the case of Obama, the only news outlets that are critical of him were the conservative outlets like Fox News and Talk Radio, and that's it. The rest of them, the New York Times, Washington Post, ABC News, CBS News, CNN, MSNBC, NBC Nightly News, you go through the list. 90% of them were supportive of him. Why? because the media is 90% liberal. That's just the truth. That's a fact, and I know liberals get offended. Liberals always get offended when I say that. But I used to be a Democrat, and I can tell you that's a fact.
Hold on, fam. It's not a fact. It's a fact to you. But the reverse is happening. Like, you don't see Fox News.
Harvard did a study and proved it.
And proved what? Like, I recall seeing Obama get called all kind of monkeys.
Harvard proved the liberal media
a gray
bias.
Damn suit. They clowned his wife for everything in the book. You know, so I'm not really. I didn't see it that way. You seeing it, you know? But
okay, let me give you an example. If you go to the White House press briefings during the Obama administration and you compare them to the Trump administration, the way the media not only their questions but how they conduct themselves is completely different.
Because Trump is
to the
an
point
idiot
where
who
Obama
can't stop lying.
Let me give you an example. With Obama's final press conference at the White House press briefing, he went out of his way to instruct the media themselves by saying, you guys can no longer be as sympathetic as you've been. Now you have to be more aggressive and do your jobs. That's what he told them as he was leaving, because he knew full well what was going on. I used to watch those press briefings. They treated him with kid gloves when Obama was in there. The minute any Republican,
Trump
the media gets into attack mode.
Moron, bro, who cannot remember anything that he says, nor does he care to tell the truth.
But that doesn't matter, because Hillary Clinton, just remember how corrupt her and Bill Clinton were. And so this is my point. This is why I get upset about politics.
I miss her president.
Because you treat but my point is you treat politics like it's American Idol, like we're choosing the person we like. I don't care about the personality. I don't care about the person. I care about the policy. And the policy I'm most focused on is economic policy. And if you're going to tell me that the Democrats have a good economic plan, is better.
4 or 5 bankruptcies to manage the economy.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Look, Hillary Clinton. I can play the same game. Listen, I can play the same game with you and go through Hillary Clinton's laundry list of problems. But that's not the point.
What does she have to do with
point
anything? She's not the president.
No, the point is that. No, because that was our two options. It was either Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump to be president. And so when it came down to it, her economic plan versus Trump's economic plan is there's a clear difference between the two. One is for higher taxes and more government regulation. The other is for less. And I'll ask you a simple question just based on logic. Put aside any political background. If you have a business and you either want to expand that business and increase production, which is going to lead to more people being hired, or if you have money and you want to invest it in start up a company, which will also lead to people getting jobs, which scenario is most likely to cause that to happen? Higher taxes and more government regulation, or lesser taxes and lesser government regulation?
History has proven
it's a logical
that
question.
Down theory. All right, but you're going to allow me to finish what I'm saying. Now, history has proven that trickle down. Hold on, bro. History has proven that trickle down theory just doesn't work. This is the biggest transfer of wealth probably we'll ever see in our lifetimes when it's all said and done. Now, all of these so-called budget hawks and conservative politicians that railed on Obama for 8 years if he spent 25 cents. They just gave away $1.5 trillion with nothing in return. No guarantees, no if it doesn't meet certain points, we'll cut it off. None of that. Right. Here, you can have the money. But for the regular Joe like me, well, we'll give you $40 a check for 5 years and then we're going to cut that off. That's not helping America to me. That's just the same bullshit that the Republicans
before you went into rhetoric. Before you went into rhetoric, I asked you a simple logical question. No, that's my point. Because listen, I used to be a far left Democrat. I used to be a hardcore socialist, and I'm telling you, you've been propagandized to believe that something even accept the idea of trickle down economics.
You know what?
Trickle down economics. Trickle down economics by definition is capitalism. It's just another description of capitalism. You have to understand capitalism.
And hold on. Before you continue, go ahead.
Before you continue, let's just because I don't think you understand where you just called into. Okay? So if you want to talk about people who are not biased towards either Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative, Obama, Hillary.
No. One of the guys was obviously biased. He made the trickle down argument. That's a classic Democrat line.
You're not listening. You don't listen to the argument. You don't listen to what I'm saying.
Right. You don't listen very well, bro.
No, I listened to exactly what you said, and you made a false statement by saying he's not biased.
We're not. We don't give a damn about either of them. What are you talking about?
Okay, hold on 1 second, Jay.
We know that the Democratic Party used to be slavery, so it's not about Democrat Republican.
Hold on 1 second, Jay. Hold on 1 second, bro. Like the last thing, and I'm sorry, fam. I typically don't mute people, but you just won't stop. But the last thing I am is biased. Like I really don't care about Hillary Clinton at all. I was never a fan of hers. She's a crooked motherfucker. I'm not running away from that, and I'm not gonna lie about that. However, idiot as bad as Trump is, he has proven himself to be ineffective. He has proven himself to be myopic in his view of this country, and it does not include people that look like me. Now, you can say all you want about, and another thing what I don't like is when I make a point and somebody says, you've been propagandized. No, I just disagree with you, bro. I have a brain. You know, it does not mean that I'm not aware of the information. It just means that I have discerned it differently than you have. So to imply that somebody has put something in my brain is calling me weak, and that I am not.
We changed over here.
Now let me hold on. We got one more call. I'm gonna get back to you too, 3103, because I'm gonna give you a chance to rebuttal that. But I only got 15 minutes left, and let me get to 9250 right quick, and then we're gonna get to 3103. 9250. You got a couple of minutes. What you mad at now? What's good, fam?
Well, hey, what's going on, fam? This is Daryl from Texas.
What's good, Daryl?
I am.
All right.
Ain't nothing, man. It ain't nothing to it. What's going on with y'all, fam?
What you mad about, bro?
Oh, man, I'm not as much mad as I am tired. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the Negro stalling tactics. I'm tired of the emotionalism. You know what I'm saying? As far as a people, we already know that with regard to a race war, we've been in one for 500 years. You know what I'm saying? But I'm tired of the inaction, I guess is what I'll say. Jesus is not coming back. The sky's not going to fucking split. Ain't no asteroid going to destroy the earth. You know what I'm saying? And even if it was, we ought to be working like it's not. You know what I'm saying? That's why the character, the Caesar Borgia boy out of your book told you that when he said one gonna be on the rooftop, one gonna be in the field, one gonna be in whatever. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop being so emotional about this shit. And to the other caller, I don't really give a damn about Democrats or Republicans. I care about who is going to do what for black people. And if they'll come and talk to us and can be and will if we can buy, rent, or lease them, and they'll do what's in our best interest, then you know what I'm saying. Then I'm down for them. You know what I'm saying. But
I respect that.
At the end, because that's how politics is. You know what I'm saying? It's not what you believe. It's about who you can buy. And until we as black people get until we as black people get an agenda on paper, you know what I'm saying? This is the black agenda. I don't care about the gay agenda because everybody's got an agenda. I don't care about the feminist agenda because everybody's got an agenda, and their shit is written down. You can go to their little main hub website and read exactly what their agenda is, and it ain't an issue. The only people who, just speaking for as far as this country is concerned, who don't have an agenda written down on paper that the people are behind is black people. But of course, when you got a significant portion of people who want to be everything but black, you know what I'm saying? I'm Hebrew, I'm indigenous, I'm this, I'm that, the other. But when the police pull you over,
I'm sorry to cut you off, bro, but somebody got a lot of background noise. I don't know if you painting the living room or something, but
I'm just trying to clean up. I'm sorry. I follow. Trying to tighten up around here.
Hey, and I did promise the guy 3103 that I was gonna get back to him, man. So just to let y'all know.
Yeah,
Let me give him that work before you let him in, man, because he's gonna not let us in, man.
Right.
Here's what I want to say. Because first of all, we're not biased. Like we weren't nobody on this line, I'm pretty sure, are no gun-ho Hillary fans. You feel me? And even those of us who voted for Obama only voted for him the first term because he's black. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like we know he didn't do shit. That was just on some other shit that we even voted for him. So it ain't like we don't like Trump because he's a Republican. We give a damn about Republican, Democrat. It's the same. It's just two different things on the same snake to us. You feel me? But let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. He is not smart enough. He is not have the sincerity. As a matter of fact, let's just take it across the board so it won't sound like we're just going in on Trump. Just think about this. I just want y'all to think about this. A president to run for president, it costs about $100 million to do so. Now, running for president, running for presidency, you could equate that with applying for a job, right? That's what you're basically doing. You're interviewing for a job. So if the job pays $400,000 a year, so that means after 8 years you'll come home with $3.2 million. And yes, it's untaxed, but it's $3.2 million. Now, you tell me what's your incentive for running for the presidency if it's going to cost you $100 million and you're only going to get $3.2 million back. That must mean that there are other ways to make money as a president, and maybe these wars are part of how they make their money. Maybe the lobbyists and selling out to corporate interests is how they make that money, because you don't spend $100 million to make $3 million and call yourself a businessman. So there has to be something underlining. So if you want to wonder why these politicians can't relate to us, it's because they never had to pump their own gas, some of them. They come from old-ass money. They've never went to a grocery store in their life and actually had to, I got a coupon for this, or, hey, I got to get some gas, but, man, I got to pay these bills so I can only afford to put $10 on the gas. So I know that's enough to get me where I need to go. They've never went through this. So even if they sincerely wanted to actually do something for the middle class, or for the poor people, or for the masses of the people, they don't know how to. You know what I'm saying? And then
I got to cut you off right there, Jay.
Hold on. Even if they did know how to, people with power do not compromise that power to allow you to have the leverage to have the same power as them. I'm done. Go ahead.
There you go. Nah, I'm going to let 3103 back in. You got like 3 minutes to go because we got to wrap up the show. After that, I got to give my sign-outs, and we got to end it off with a song. So you got 3103? Huh?
I wanted 2 seconds. Just
we got it, bro. I got 8 minutes left. So hold on. You got 3 minutes.
I want 2.
3103. You got 3 minutes.
Okay, I'll just say quickly. I understand, the perspective that you're coming from, and I agree with many of the points you brought up. And I just say, as someone who, I voted for Obama in 2008 myself. I volunteered in that campaign, and at that time I was considered a strong Democrat. I was hard on the left. I hated George Bush. I believed all the stuff about trickle-down economics and all those things. And I had all those the same points that you guys are bringing up. And once I got out of college and owned my own business and started getting in the real world and do things and make moves and studied economics and started to learn about the tax system and all this, and I researched these things, I found out many things that I believe that I was taught in school are just not true. And many things that are being perpetuated by the media, they're not based in reality. They're just based on liberal ideology. And so when I studied, for example, when it came to the recession under Bush, I thought that was a byproduct of the tax cut and trickle-down economics. That's one of the things I thought. Then I researched it and found out that actually went all the way back from 1997 from the Community Reinvestment Act, when there was a mandate to have the banks deregulate as far as credit goes so that they could offer loans to lower income or people who don't qualify to get a mortgage. And when they did that, they also put a little caveat by saying that they could put an adjustable rate, which opened the door for predatory lending. And that's what led to the whole malpractice where they were shopping out all these mortgages.
Well,
you
skipped the point. You skipped the point where they were packaging those and they were selling those on the stock market.
Yeah, but I agree with that. That's when we get into the 2000s. But I'm saying how it all started, and so when I started to study all these things to see what's going on, I came to realize the things that I thought that I was hearing from both the media and in school were not in line with reality, and I realized I was being indoctrinated to think as a leftist. And then when I studied economic things, I realized under Jimmy Carter, our country was in an even bigger recession than we had under Bush. And we had a complete turnaround during the 80s during the Reagan tax cuts that led to more than an 8.5 GDP growth consistently. No, I'm just telling you the truth here. And then that led to, when you go through all the way into the 90s, the same thing happened. Bill Clinton may have been president, but you had a Republican-controlled House and Senate that balanced the budget, reduced the regulations, and had the reducing tax cuts so that it kept the economy in a state of where people were investing, they were growing.
No, you know what was keeping
jobs
the
are being
economy?
made because
it's interesting that you mentioned those two particular presidents. What was keeping the economy growing was niggas going to prison.
Yep.
No, it happened to do that they got rid of the capital gains tax, and that led to the highest level investment this country had seen in more than 75 years.
They had a full system where they made deals with states that they had to have at least 90% occupancy in these prisons.
Exactly.
It ain't no surprise that Reagan was the one that got caught up selling dope in our community. Well,
actually,
it wasn't him.
Reagan was.
But let's remember. Let's be clear. Let's remember something. And I'm just going to say this quickly. In the 90s, I don't know if you guys are old. I don't know what age you guys are, but if you remember the 90s,
I was there.
You remember what the economy was like in the 90s? Anyone could get a job in the 90s. The economy was booming left and right. That was a direct byproduct of because we had massive economic and tax reform, which allowed people to invest and start businesses. Like, I own a business, okay? I understand the costs that were involved.
I'm pretty sure it also helped that they was able to employ people for free that they hired at the private prison.
Okay, but the prison industrial complex is not going to affect how companies start up. It's not going to affect the jobs that are available. For example, the prison industrial complex is not going to cause some regular person to invest, start up a company, start hiring people. That's a separate issue.
No. It's going to allow you to manufacture for basically for free, like slavery. So then after that, you got more money freed up for other things.
Okay. What goods are they manufacturing in the prisons that are being sold to the general public in mass? That's not the case, man. Most goods are not even made in America. They're made in China.
Chips.
That's
you
minimal.
name a product, and I can find you a prison that's making it. Is it as big as China?
You name the product. You name the product. It's 95% of products are made in China. That's a fact.
Hey, I'm not okay. Can I get
a lot of them are, but
what are you talking about? I have the manufacturing.
Hey, fam.
Dude, you actually think that? I mean, come on, man.
Hold on. I gotta mute everybody. I'm gonna be fair, but y'all got to go. I got to mute y'all, fam. I hate to do that. The bill was getting intense. I love that. I gotta make sure that we get all our shout outs and everything before the show wraps up. Because they're not going to hear us on the live streams. I just want to make sure, go check out blackspot.com, BLAQSPOT.com. Don't forget to check out emeraldshell.com if you want some phenomenal handmade jewelry. If you want some art, go to KML Lane Portraits.com. Our website is down. I'm getting my man to fix it now. But it's myskin.com. And I did want to end with a song like I normally do, but I'm gonna bring the Kings in just because I want to say thank you, man, for y'all calling up and rocking with me tonight. And 3103, man, make sure you call back, man, because I do disagree with you, but I do respect the way that you brought it to the table. You know, it wasn't no craziness. It's just a good build, so I truly appreciate that.
And I appreciate the call again. Appreciate it.
Oh, no doubt, man. No doubt. And if y'all see a post, share a post, man. And don't forget, check out the fan page. We done figured out how to stream on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at the same time, so you got options. And let me get into a song, and we out. And shout out to Jay. LiberationMindedMedia.net, in case y'all didn't hear that. Black Eye Stand Radio, Do the Knowledge Radio, The Rundown with Renee, and Get This Wisdom magazine. And shout out, King, man. Definitely appreciate you rolling with us for the whole show, too.
Good show, man.
Back Alley, you there?
One love, baby.
Hobo.
Yeah, I'm here. One love, baby. I wanted to get in on boy, but I come back.
Yeah, we got to say that for another day.
Yeah, no doubt.
No doubt. Let me. This is scientific right here, man. Stress free. So don't forget, we on every Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
You can throw it in the White Owl. James Tony lights out. Anything is possible. Trump is in the White House. I'm LOL, y'all like wow. Just blowing in the white cloud. First a black man, the racists look, they turning on the lights now. Wake up, mankind throwing rights now. I'ma need y'all to pipe down. Don't care who you vote for. The same ones you vote for, same ones we sell coke for. Hoping they stand on everything they spoke for. See me, I'm of a different thought. Cut from a different cloth, sliced from a different loaf. As we bred here, they screaming go back to Africa like we bled here. They scream go back to Africa, won't stop attacking us. 10% Dracula, devil with a bachelor's. Yakub sent to master us, 600 years of grafting us. Jesus coming back for us, that's silly, they just laugh at us. Why the world so mad at us? Why the world so mad at us? So
we get high, why the world go back? We smoke blue, why the world go back? We live slow, but paid our fast. If you want a nigga like me, we only smoke to be stress-free. Yeah. Oh, we smoke to be stress-free.